We going live. We got corporate control on here. Finna get busy. Lashes, rose gold lenses. Check us out. Worldwide shipping with the lashes. Alright. So we going live, y'all. We finna do our interview. It's getting ready to go down. We're getting ready to go live, y'all. Alright. Alright. Y'all do y'all thing. Alright. We good in the hood. I finally found it. Thank you, my brother. Alright. I'm gonna let you sit down just so I can kind of see what we got going on here. And we still right on time, so we good. We good for our side. Just open this up. Cool. Alright, so I'm gonna just tilt that just a little bit so that everybody can see what's. Oh no, we gotta have you in there, so that means I gotta. Cool. Alright, look good. Just come on over here. See if you can see. Ain't nobody can't turn your phone while recording. Wow. Sorry, Glen. I didn't mean to play footsies with you like that. Let me see, I'm trying to set it to where.
Hey, Ben, can you hear me? All clear, all good? Yes, sir.
Alright. Okay. Then kind of see you. Let's just here I come, y'all. I'm just trying to set it up to where we get a good shot. I want to see you. I want to be able to see you good. And so far, okay, that's better. But you gonna have to.
Oh, that's perfect.
Go. There you
You
are.
can't really see yourself, though.
Which, you know, they got enough of me, I'm sure. You're probably sick of seeing me on.
Not the real ones, at least.
Not the real ones. You're right about that.
Hey, pressure. They appreciate the grind.
Alright, so they can't really see me like that. What do I need to do? It's something that I'm not getting about this camera setup. That is leaving me. Okay, you good. Maybe is it helpful if I sit here?
You know what?
Hmm.
I'll take that for now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You are. Oh, it's in my purse. I got you.
Oh, my bad. You didn't take all long getting it right.
No, you're good. It's still one right. I was gonna have to fix it anyway. Damn.
In the car? Left it.
Worse than in the car. That was my last piece. And I usually keep gum on deck. That's sad. B, you got some gum in there?
No.
No. It's cool. I'm gonna spit it out. I ain't gonna tease you like that.
Thank you. I was going to ask that.
Oh, I'm coming. I'm trying to. Okay. Oh, I got an idea. Maybe if I.
Well, that's the angle she was at too.
It sure was. Okay, so I can see you. Excellent. You look great. Okay. Yeah, you. That's perfect shot of you right there. That's great. I don't want to put nothing in your way. Oh no.
This way.
This way. Let me see. Oh, that didn't make a difference.
Wasn't it? Maybe move it down like that.
There you go. We can still. There we go. Let's go. Playing games with me. I'm sweating like a sinner in church. Okay. Man, I'm just finna say forgive me. As long as they got you. Shoot, man. They got a good shot of you. That's all I really care about. Okay. That's just gonna have to work. All right. Let me put these on. Ben, you can hear me okay, honey? Can you hear me? There you good? Okay. Let me get my stuff together real quick. I'm gonna pull up some stuff of his, and then we good. All right. All right. Cooperative control. I got a file on you right here. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna get down there. And you are on Instagram too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know that.
Cooperative underscore CTRL.
Underscore. Okay. CTR. I don't know what I was thinking. I'll keep underscore CTRL. There you go. There you are. All right. Now we got our audience. That's perfect. Get to your page. My handy dandy.
Mm-hmm. No good.
All right. All right. Pen. Okay, so I think anything else, which I'm sure I am while we're talking. Okie dokie. All right. Then I'm ready when you are, finally. Ooh, I'm sweating for real. This is kind of nasty. All right. Yo, yo, yo. It's your girl, Rose Gold, and you are tuned in for another episode of HeartBreak Hill Podcast. I have a special treat for you guys today. I usually like to announce my interviews before they take place, but this one was special enough to not be announced. I'm going to introduce him while you're here. We have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Glen here, who is CEO of Cooperative Control as well as manager for AMG Records. How you feeling today, man?
I'm all good, yourself?
I'm feeling good. Thank you so much for gracing my audience with your presence. You are a very important and busy man, so we're just thankful that you were able to come in and speak with us today. I'm on your site. I've been on your site plenty of times, and I'm on your Instagram, and I'm just appalled by the style, the design. Everything has to do with your clothing brand I'm obsessed with, literally. So I see your slogan is, yeah, for sure, wake your bag up. That's the slogan for your clothing.
Yes, ma'am.
What does that mean to you, and where did you get that name from?
All right, so what I want to touch on first, so because to give them all props and respect due. These Riddles is the manager at AMG Records.
Gotcha. Okay.
Me and him work very close together on what we're gonna do to get to the next level.
Got you. Okay. Got you.
But wake your bag up is the slogan, and that basically means to incorporate yourself. People would ask, how do you invest in yourself? What is the first step?
Right.
You would have to incorporate yourself, which is, I don't know if it's a nationwide thing, but locally within Minnesota, it's $155.
Cheap to
incorporate yourself, and the EIN number, your employee identification number, is free. You can get that within a half hour, 10 minutes, honestly, if you on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But within a half hour, the same day.
Yeah.
Play law.
So first and foremost, the Wake Your Bag Up, it symbolizes you being a cooperative yourself. You incorporating yourself first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
And as you incorporate yourself, tell me, how does that wake your bag up? How will that wake a person's bag up once they take the steps to incorporate themselves?
Because you're more conscious of what's going on with you financially instead of depending on probably someone else, which that's not an issue at all. There's not a problem with that. But I do know that there's a multitude of people that do have jobs that wouldn't mind being in control of their future, ultimately, but of their finances. We're in a capitalist society. You gotta wake your bag up. You gotta play ball, like I said, get you an EIN number, and that means that you're legal to get paid here outside of a job.
Right.
That means that what happened from that point, waking your bag up simply, is just like this, right? You get an EIN number and a sales tax ID number, right? Those were free. Those were given to you by spending that $155 with the Secretary of State, right?
Right.
But now they're going to give everything to you for the low, wholesale.
Right.
You no longer pay a consumer or a retail cost.
Facts.
That's waking your bag up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Get the benefits that actually, also everyone wonders what is the rules, or no one wonders that. That's what's sad.
Yeah.
You would have to wonder if you're sitting by yourself pondering hard enough about money. Like, okay, you get a paycheck, right?
Right.
You ain't never scratched your head and said, man, where my money going? You know what I'm saying?
All the time,
what is that?
Yeah.
But that never really makes anyone wonder, like, what taxes are.
Right.
Before I say this, as an entrepreneur, you receive up to like 600 tax write-offs.
Wow.
As an employee, it's like 15 to 20.
So in the door, working for yourself puts you at an advantage when you're serious.
As an employee, you're just as important as the CEO.
Right.
But for some reason, due to tax laws, you're not.
Right.
You can't write off your phone bill. We all talk to our moms on the phone.
Yeah.
There's one person in this nation that could write that off and receive that, you know what I'm saying, that corporate expense. Just to see that in your return. It's a beautiful thing. And to be in a good standing with the man.
For sure.
You always want to, if you're here, you want to get paid, and you want to make sure he's paid too.
That's right. Uncle Sam you have to be in good standing with him, and I totally understand where you're coming from that. And I love talking to you because the stuff that you learn, you don't mind sharing. And one of the things that I really gained from you with our many conversations is that you are a firm believer in having multiple ways
Streams of revenue.
That's right.
Yes, multiple companies. Yeah.
And tell me how, since you started Cooperative Control, how have you been awakened to waking your bag up even more by the multiple streams of revenue, like you were telling me about? How did that open those doors for you?
So, basically, it's like I was saying with my brother Ben back there. It's like a cheat code. Like for those that play games. Mm-hmm. It's like, so if you want something, right, then you just form a business. Right. And then you're going to be able to get it for the low. It's just like, man, and I hate to say it, man. So basically, right, we're in a community where we're just going to say, where it's legal, medicinal medicine. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And, you could be the person that's the consumer, like, yo, every time I want to blow, I'm going to blow. Or you could be the person that's like, yo, I'm going to make sure everybody good. And so I'm always good off the top.
Right.
I have it.
Right.
I am him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that creates the endeavors of clothing, also housing. I just want the best deal for me and those around me.
Right.
But we live off that. Right. You know what I'm saying? And we also help others, and that's what makes it, taking control cooperatively. We all play our part.
That's right. That's right. And that's exactly what you've been doing. Because, I mean, I just mentioned a few things, but you also, on top of everything that you're doing as far as the music, and I thank you for clearing that up, that V's is the actual manager, but you're a part of that project with AMG.
Shout out V's.
Shout out to V's for
and
sure.
The whole AMG.
The whole AMG family, shout out to y'all. And you woke your bag up with the clothing line. You're into it with the music. You're going there with your artists. And then you also are involved in real estate. So you flipping this bag, you waking this bag up on multiple levels. How did you get involved in that? Once you woke your bag up, how did you come upon that real estate?
Truthfully, it's almost backwards.
Okay.
So my first investment, before I even, and I'm going to contradict myself, my first investment that I made in myself was becoming a homeowner.
Okay.
And actually buying 2 units, a duplex. It's the Bird strategy. Buy, rehab, rent out, refinance, or all of them R's, all of that part.
Bird strategy is what that's called. Okay, y'all hear that, right? Bird strategy. Look that up.
That's the game. And so basically, you're always going to seem like a cool person to the realtor. Like, hey, we can hook you up and get you a house. As long as you be like, hey, can I get a 4-plex though? Like, can I get the same loan? But could I just get multiple units? It should be the same interest rate also. You know what I'm saying?
You can ask for that when you're talking.
You know what? But better yet, know that.
Know that when you're
going
in.
Because, just like we're here and you're asking me about what I have going on. It's the same thing with the realtor. They're asking you, what do you have going on? What are your interests in? What are your likes are? To actually see what it is do you want to move into. Because if you're not on that same type of time that they're on, like, hey, I want a nice condo downtown that I can see everything, and you're actually thinking about not what you want, but what the whole wants collectively.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They got stuff for that too. It's a market. You know what I'm saying? It's a market. So,
Right. And you come into when you interact with these business people, and like I said, we've talked a lot, and I've had the privilege of gaining knowledge from you. You go into these meetings with your questions already in mind. You already know what you want when you get in there. You have a plan when you get in there, like you were talking to me about when you went to the realtor. Instead of you got approved for the loan, you didn't want no single family home. You wanted that multi-family home, and a lot of people don't know that. How did you get to the space where you were comfortable negotiating with people who had the things that you wanted? How did you get to that place where you can ask questions, know what you want, and negotiate that?
First thing I would say, without a credit about myself, is I make a firm practice of being comfortable no matter where I'm at. And with who I am as a person, and I feel like it's a very human quality. We all possess this, just tap in, however, whatever you need to do. Is I love learning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and when I come in people's space very humbly and just be wanting to know what's going on, people gonna tell you, because we have a lot of people like in this nation, man, they rich and they not Michael Jordans, but they got his bag though.
Yeah.
But no one's interested in what he did. What he did to get that. And so I went to shout out to the app Meetups, go to Meetups and just find you some local real estate events or Forex trading events or just a lot of things. You know what I mean? I just start I didn't have to change anything outside of how I seen things that I was using. It's the same.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh yeah, go upload Meetups. We probably on that already. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Or hey, go get you an Instagram. I mean, that'd be a waste of breath. You know what I'm saying? By that time, it depends on what are you putting in your search engine, and there's nothing wrong with what's already there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's like you want to get multiple bags.
That's right. Right.
I don't see the responsibility. I want the multiple bags and whatever come with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll tackle that later. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, yeah, if I answer that.
No, for sure. No, you answered it perfectly. And so, when you get more, there's more responsibility. You know what I mean? More money, more responsibility, more hats, because you're wearing a few hats right now. There's more responsibility that comes with that. And how do you discipline yourself so that one venture doesn't bleed into the next and interrupt? How do you stay in a place where you're able to give the best of you to each venture you have going on? How do you do that?
it's a learning process, and I don't want to come at it like, oh yeah, man, I've mastered that. And this is what you do. You wake up. Well, no, I mean, like I said, very humbly, man. I love learning. Yeah. And so everywhere I go, it's pretty much like it's already predestined. Like, like I express my interest in what I do and what you do in the connection, and now I'm here.
Right.
And so it's just a pathway that comes from actually asking a question. Because, like me, I'm a very serious individual like a lot of other people.
Yeah,
don't be asking if you don't want to know.
Right. That's
what I'm saying? Because you can find out. I'm not telling you, I know this. I'm telling you, I'm about to go find out what that's about tomorrow at 4:30. You coming?
Right.
You know what? Let me make it easier for you. 2 weeks from now. Are you busy?
You feel me?
That's just more responsibility and things you have to clear up your schedule, and I have no problem doing that. I love learning. So.
Right. And you're willing to make those sacrifices. And then that kind of bleeds me into my next portion, which is, we talked in our way over here kind of like about how in order to elevate, sometimes you have to separate, right? And that's not always an easy process, especially if the people you have to separate from look like where you've been for so long, or they look like who you grew up around for so long. What do you think is the most important part of separation as far as mentally? What kind of mind space do you have to be in to say, I have to separate myself from everything I know in order to wake my bag up? What mindset is that, and how do you get there?
Well, that question, it really opens a can of worms because it's a lot of different answers. But, like, if you know, and you grow up, like on that side of the track, I mean, basically, it's almost your life is very clever because, if you know, and you know who you are. It's so unique that we grew up with all the things that we grew up with. So we knew what to do by the time we was 18.
Right.
A lot of people have such a comfortable, established life that they're too scared to invest. We already invested, maybe into the wrong things, but we have a lot of people that aren't here anymore. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's not common up with everyone.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. So I just feel like if you tap in to your background itself and just reflect on it.
Right.
And you actually peep all the nurture. I mean, not the nurture. I mean, not nurture at all. You peep a lot of the traumatic experiences.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the times you got burnt, well, you ain't gonna really tamper around with them. But you need something like, like if you stop smoking cigarettes, you pick up another habit. Control what the habit is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just replace that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And when it comes to kind of just hanging out or being around, you have to, what I hear you saying is that you, in a sense, have to replace that time that you were wasting in those environments. You have to have something else come in.
And when another thing I could touch on, you got a lot of people, you have to know what you're looking at when you're there because there's a lot of people that are restricted from certain things. You have a lot of people that are, on parole or on paper, and those could be pivotal times in the time you could use to, just like right now.
Yeah.
Everything shut down. But it's shut down for everybody.
Right.
So whoever's thinking about what they're about to do is going to catch flame first. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be trying to twiddle with sticks and nothing like that. It's already there.
It's already there.
You know what I'm saying? They manifested it. You know what I'm saying? So
for sure. And speaking of manifestation, and I know that you're very into self. You eat very clean. You are vegan. Mm-hmm. You take time to introspect and be one with self a lot, and you voice that very clearly. That's not how you always been. You didn't grow up vegan and with meditating and things like that. When did you make that switch, and was it a hard switch?
So, what I touch on, man, because it's like, the whole interview, I'm kind of doing this little creative thing. So, it was, I was, like a lot of other brothers, man, I was locked up for a little period of time, and so it was kind of easy. These avenues were kind of open for me, with me being true to self and knowing what I want.
Gotcha, sure.
You know what I'm saying? It would take a degree of separation, and if you got that opportunity, you know what I'm saying, use it. And shouts out to V's again. He'll tell you himself, you gotta grow through it, not go through it. Don't, you know what I'm saying? If you gotta wake up every day, don't fight what you want to do, trying to be some, you know what I'm saying, just something else. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like the only opportunity you need is time. You know what I'm what I'm saying? Because you could formulate a plan underneath any pressure. And I mean, with me, I feel like and not me. Shouts out to everybody that's like this.
Yeah.
Pressure always makes diamonds. It's
Facts.
undoubtable. You know,
Facts.
that is an element, and so you have to tap in. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? And so like I was saying, no clever distraction. I was locked up, so I was just kind of given that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you know what I'm saying, to just actually look at what I was going on. It's like, you know, like the cartoon where you be fighting and it's the big dust ball in his hands and feet coming out.
Yeah.
But when you get taken out of that and play somewhere else and you could see the foolery,
yeah,
and you can see where the kicks and punches is coming, it's coming from where you're unsuccessful because of former habits and decisions.
Right.
That is a system that
Right.
you are a part of. Obviously, you're around some human beings that aren't consistent enough for you to be observant around and form the same habits.
Right. Gotta change that.
Separate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of us have been separated. You got to keep it real. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
Yeah.
No, that's dope. That's dope, and I love how you brought that back to the separation piece, because that was actually kind of leading into it. So, like you said, you know, you come from a brother, you were locked up, and now your bag is woke. Like, y'all don't know, but I kind of got an idea. We talk on a deeper level. I ain't gonna put you all out there, but your bag is woke, and you came from a place where, you know, not came from it as in that's where you started, but like how you mentioned about, you know, being locked up, or even before when we talked about brothers that are on parole or doing this and doing that, there's a sense of hopelessness that comes with people who have backgrounds, or they may not have the opportunities, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are an example of how that cannot hold you back if you don't let it. When I talk to brothers a lot, whether they're emailing me or maybe they're calling in to the show, a lot of them are dealing with hopelessness because of decisions that they made, and now they have a background, or now they don't have the credit, or now they don't have, there's always something that they don't have, and it makes people hopeless. How would you speak to those people who are struggling in those areas and they want to be where you at? They want to wake their bag up, and they want to separate, they just don't know how. What would be your advice for them as far as elevating to that level of where they can escape that situation mentally?
For one, I have a very unpopular opinion. What I'll say is who I'm not talking to. My answer won't be to those that are fearful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It wouldn't be to anybody that's not a hustler at heart, which I feel like is a human trait. You want to multiply yourself.
Right.
Some people in this life, it's not going to do that. It's not in the design yet. Maybe they get. So I'm talking to them.
You're not talking to the
I'm not
fearful.
talking to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking to people that basically it's like being a runaway. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, running away in a plantation. You can't be scared.
You can't be scared.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be scared. You can't be scared to separate yourself from what holds you back in life. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know what you're looking at when you're looking at it. You know what I'm saying? If you're in jail, don't look at it like, oh yeah, you know, things gonna be great later. Why? Like, you have an answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you're not. I can tell you're not, and that means something to you. What does that mean to me? Like, if I really can't answer that, like, you may not answer me. You might just have confidence in me. Where's the real answer, though?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you be by yourself, I mean, it's just, you know, you realize you really don't know a lot. So you be real, and just you would want to add on to yourself and build positively. You know what I'm saying? In any way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We live every day.
Right.
We all at the same 24 hours. So if you wake up and you tap into something that could put money in your pocket, it's not put money in your pocket yet, though.
Right. Not yet.
And or another thing I can say is because another collection I have on my brand is the have-nots. You know, and that speaks to, you know, we are systematically the have-nots. You know, we go up without, you know what I'm saying, all the time. You know what I'm saying? And so basically, if you take true, you know what I'm saying, and don't try to see it another way. You know, we grow up perfectly. It's dramatic, but perfect. We grow up perfectly enough to actually be fearless.
Right.
We grow up into it with each other.
Right.
We don't fear nothing else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The question is, what is everybody going to do once we wake up? What's going to happen?
What's going to happen?
Because I'm not ready to come up here. What you going to tell me? No?
Right.
Come on, let me take this button. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're not supposed to be over here, but we over here. And everybody went through that. You go through a part,
like you said, you know, when you're at ground zero like that, you can look humble. Yeah, you have no choice but to when you're at that stage.
That comes from humility.
Yeah.
A humiliating situation. Don't lie to yourself in that. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you know, you know, maybe like some people think like, yeah, man, I got an expensive taste, man. Maybe you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you don't right now, like 100, right now. And I mean, that's just the plan, and the plan is just the many simple steps.
Right.
Working towards your end all goal, success.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
That's definitely for sure. You know, we got to ask. Our show, HeartBreak Hill Podcast. How has heartbreak helped you on your journey? Not just relationship, but business. You know how to, however you want to phrase that. How has heartbreak contributed to your journey?
I would say, man, thank you. It's kind of hard to navigate. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Okay.
And you can shoot it. Yeah. You good.
More time, has heartbreak.
Yeah, so how has heartbreak contributed to you waking your bag up?
Right. I feel, you know, it always goes down to we all say, you know what I'm saying? Everyone goes through heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? So it's a choice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We form the allegiances, alliances, or relationships. You know what I'm saying? More commonly put, we enter some contractual agreement that if it's just that we gonna say, we gotta choose what that is. Like I put it all into a business. When it's just not, I gotta take it out. I'm gonna be shorty that I don't want to get off the couch no more. It's not like that for me, but it's a choice. But so watching those that I love around me, those that I was committed to, that aren't here anymore, and it's too. Everybody I know is you about.
Yeah.
But basically, just keeping it real.
That's how it's right.
Keeping it real. When you get your heart broke, you really got it. You know what I'm saying? You might, I don't need that. Well, no, I learned that you messed up with it. But it's the right answer. You know what I'm saying? Don't become so careless to where you're making that decision. Okay. You got to be careless enough to be fearless to where you don't, because it's like, I don't even look like I'm fearless. I mean, it's just, I don't see nothing scary. It's all pressure.
Right. Okay,
and it's an opportunity. It's all an opportunity to do something with it. You know what I'm saying? I know, or you're going to be down after this. But it's hard to still, so, okay, this pressure still. You know what I'm saying? I'm pressured too. I apply pressure. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's cool. I can learn from that. You know, I got to know who I am while I'm going through it, though, too.
Right.
And take notes. I got to be humble enough to, you know, like what you're doing. You're open to find out what I got going on. I don't get a name for that. The situation be tripping to me. I'm just, I'm gonna stick it out.
Stick it out just like that. No, that's definitely the fact. And then in regards to kind of how I just framed how does betrayal contribute to your backup?
Man, here I go. Being a black hippie, I don't think I told you, we talked about that, which is dope because we already talked about it. So just recapping it really fast. I don't perceive it as a betrayal. I just misunderstand it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think that I know that. You know, because say for instance, right? I'm a billionaire that I am. We wouldn't have the same relationship when I didn't have nothing. Right. It was a misunderstanding. We was both born a whole.
Right. Right.
Some people choose to judge things quickly. I don't. I'm very observant. You know what I'm saying? And so maybe they're not an observant. They obviously observed the situation at hand and judged it, and then treated me accordingly. gotta wake up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like this shouts out to everybody that misunderstands me still. You know what I'm saying? I did a part in that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I can expect for all the doors to open. You gotta work for it. You gotta wake up every day and make sure that you're solid. You know what I'm saying? You in your situation when you could do it for others, you multiply and do exactly what you did for yourself and others around you.
Got you. That's dope. That's definitely dope. And love, right? And everybody, when you say that word, they think of relationships, right? It's just how we're wired to automatically think of girlfriend, husband, wife. But with love, right? You have to have some sort of love for self in order to, how you saying it, to be humble. How would you attribute your humbleness, right? And still loving yourself, but not at the same time to not just accept whatever people tell you. Because I think in our society, people think that you can't do both. You can't be humble and still highly esteem yourself. And you can. It's just not all about being, some way. How do you remain humble, but still have yourself at a high esteem, self-love?
What I want to pretend is like, I'm totally confident. And I have been. But like I said, which is unique to us here, is that we come to a humiliation. Remember you know what I'm saying? Going to school, you found out that wasn't life.
Right.
At least in Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? Like our schools, we went to schools with people that were from our areas. So like people just you know what I'm saying? So we realized it. So it was only reactionary for me, not to really care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Not to really care. Exactly.
Like, I was, when I was like, I made a decision. It's pretty easy to seem hopeless and not care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And so I still ran into entrepreneurship with the same mentality. That's part of the happiness. We have the antidote. The remedy be successful. We're not scared.
Right.
Come on, man. You got brothers out there blowing a bag on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's an investment.
It's an investment.
And they invest their time into seeing it through, getting it going, and with the term. Shirts coming out soon. It's gonna be a slash in the middle of it because I don't know which one it is. I've been on both sides of the field to where it's re-up or reinvest it.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's dope. No,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna seem like, oh yeah, man. It is for me. That's the goal. Peace, love, and hair and staying true. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not just there yet. It's a battle with yourself.
Yeah.
You wake up and make sure that you ain't mad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure that you good. You know what I'm saying? You gotta decide how you want it to play out. And like I don't care how it turns out. I used to didn't care before.
Right.
Good thing, talk about it. You got a job. You don't care how it turns out. That company can tank. But you cool with that. Like, you're gonna stay loyal to them. Like, your friends, truthfully, if they're making bad decisions, they're probably gonna lose sometimes in their life.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're still there.
Yeah.
You gotta know how to stick it out with yourself and your own identity too.
In that same way.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's that loyalty to yourself,
mm-hmm.
as well as I like that. But it's definitely dope. Speaking of standing with yourself too, and being loyal to that, what do you have in store as far as, you have your apparel going with the Wake Your Bag Up, Cooperative Control, you have the have nots, you are doing your thing with AMG. What is next for you? What state, let me not forget that. What's next for you? Are you just going to expand on those ventures, or do you plan on adding more to the plate?
Well, I've already added a lot to my plate that I'm still trying to work out. I'm tired of fixing and flipping. I usually use the buying whole strategy, buying them out, rent it out, or maybe have it a little bit and rent it out. Moving up I moved from single family to multi-family now to I want to go full scale commercial.
There you go.
So that's in the works. Everything is lovely with the brand. I appreciate all the support too, no doubt. Like, mean, I could only expect it. You know what I'm saying? But I really appreciate it. Yeah. That's for real. I mean, you know, a lot of people will even act like that's not dope when it's just because it's you. Yeah. A lot of people put it online for me and I couldn't believe it. So I got. Yeah. So I'm looking at that now. But I keep doing this because I do indulge in the reefer. What was I talking about? Yeah. You're saying it just as far as like, you know, what you have on your plate. You are getting on commercials for our going. I think that's already made. That's an amazing. You know, unpopular opinion. For those that don't understand, man, that store, that's already proven perfected method of success. Right. We see it and we use it. You can go buy one. You know what I'm saying? It's $60,000 down. For those that's on that, you know what I'm saying? For those that's on that, if you have a goal before you leave the earth, you might touch over $60,000. Go get you a business, like go buy you an engine with money. Right. It's an engine. That's a business. A business is an engine. That's right. Healthy. It's a system that's proven to work. You know, I just want to buy in on that because it already worked and put my names and faces in the team. Yeah. So franchise next. So. Franchise next. So definitely, man, you gonna get it all. You have definitely woke your bag up. We appreciate you for letting the world know how to wake their bag up, and that's really why I wanted you here today. Just really share with us what you already showed me, but I just know that my listeners, they need stuff like this, you know. And before we go out, I want to know if for the people that may be listening who are hopeless, maybe they're incarcerated, they're not, you know, incarcerated, maybe they're just down, unable, they're in a place right now and they don't know how to go up. They want to get to where you at. They want to wake their back up. What is one piece of parting advice you would give to those men and women who are out there and they're at the bottom? First step they take to wake their bag up. That's a very good question and a very good answer. So you gotta at that time, man, it's very easy. It's very easy to not just straight wake your back up, boom, millions, hundreds of thousands. But no, it's like you know, use the time you have because when you get those assets, you start to run out of time. Time is actual currency. That's what you can't get. Right. You know, so you can mess up the money, you can get that back. That's cool. Like I got now. You just tell like, oh, I got more time. Right. You know what I mean? So with all of that time, please, you know, use it wisely to figure out what you're about to do and what do you want to do. Because when you get a business, it's just a piece of paper. Walmart looks like a bunch of brick and mortar employees and blue vests with smiles and teeth. It's a piece of paper. Walmart is the last name. LLC. Right. McDonald's, LLC or corporation. Right. You know, either one. Yeah. It was $150 cheaper because, you know, inflation and whatnot. But it started with that 155 registered with the state. Whatever it said. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Plan. Make a plan. With a plan, a bunch of small, simple steps. Working towards your end all goal. Or if you're really down, right, you know, you want to keep it real, listen to the hustle, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Listen to the hustle, man. Rest in peace. Yeah, you down, like, down, up, point. Right. Being down is in a lake house. Right. Right. Hey, they 28 years old. What you still doing back there? Like, you know, yeah. Like, you down. You know what I'm saying? You know, places. Listen up. You know what I'm saying? It's the blueprint, man. Listen up. Facts. Listen, you have no reason right now. If you're listening to the sound of my voice to not know how to wake your bag up. We have the man Glen here. He just gave us all of the game as far as how to at least get started. Use that time. And if you don't know how to use that time, you still need some more inspiration. Go ahead and hit that NFC. Listen, we got Cooperative Control CEO here. And what you got? The last thing, real quick, to explain the logic. Yeah, for sure. So when you pick up the responsibility, if I give you a home and say, hey, right, so between me and you, the bank between us. Right. So I took out that loan. So it's to me. And now that I rent it out to you, you know, I having an interest rate of, let's say I have to pay 5, 6, maybe 10, let's say $1,500. Well, at that point, your rent probably $1,500.
Right.
And I'm just managing the whole thing.
Okay.
I just wanted to simplify it real quick. If the decisions you make, when you get the opportunity to multiply yourself, think of others, but get paid.
Right.
And incorporate yourself so you can get paid, so you don't come for your money at the end.
Exactly.
All right, that was it.
No problem. I thank you so much for coming on, you guys. Like I said, cooperativecontrol.com. That's cooperativectr.com. Some of the highest clothes in the city. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. Go cop that for sure. He's already in store everywhere. Do not be fooled. Definitely get in tune with that. We have Glen here. What are some of your social media handles if they want to go follow you and see what's up with you?
All right, very easy. Glen Brown on Facebook, Instagram, Cooperative Control, Cooperative _CTRL. Link in the bio. TikTok coming real soon, and other platforms coming real soon. Just try to get back right.
Listen, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to be here with me. If you have questions or concerns, you want to be on the show, you have questions, ideas about content, shoot us an email, heartbreakhillpodcast.com. If you're not watching us live right now, you should be. We are on Facebook Live with all of our interviews and episodes. HeartBreak Hill Podcast. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter as well. Y'all already know what it is. All love, no judgment. Be safe out there. Perfect. You sounded great. Great.